This is the state of play across the transfer market this afternoon. West Ham have agreed to sell forward Marko Arnautovic to a Chinese club believed to be Shanghai SIPG. The deal is worth just over £22 million. One club source has told us that it is a terrible deal, but the appetite to get rid of him among coaches and fellow players is so great, they have been forced into selling. Samir Nasri was at West Ham last season with Marko Arnautovic, but he is now closing in on a move to Anderlecht. He's in advanced talks with them. Remember, they are managed by former Manchester City captain Vincent Kompany. West Ham, plenty going on with them today. They are still working on a deal for the Celta Vigo striker Maxi Gomez. Getting a little bit complicated, this one, though, because it seems that the player would prefer a move to Valencia. The Spanish side can offer Champions League football, and actually Valencia are now offering a former Celta player in Santi Mina back to his old club. So at the moment, as it stands, Maxi Gomez preferring that move to Spain. Chelsea winger Charlie Musonda has joined Vitesse for a second season-long loan. He was injured for the whole of the last campaign and only played a part in their final game of the season. He's been previously on loan at Real Betis and at Celtic. Interesting quotes regarding Antoine Griezmann today. The Atletico Madrid president, Enrique Cerezo, has warned Barcelona that there will be consequences if they are found to have signed a pre-contract agreement with Griezmann last March. Now, the date of last March is significant because his release clause then was £73 million higher than it is now. These are the quotes from the Atletico president. The truth is, I do not know, but if, as you say, he has signed, then there will be consequences. It doesn't appear normal to me, but I don't know if he's signed, and I don't know if he's going to Barcelona. That one might well develop. And from Barcelona and Atletico Madrid to Scunthorpe, they have completed the season-long loan of goalkeeper Jake Eastwood from Sheffield United. The 22-year-old arrives to challenge Rory Watson for the main goalkeeping jersey at Glanford Park.
Right, it's time now for Stay or Go. So they've got their cards ready. What we do here, if you're only tuning in to Transfer Talk for the first time, we pick a player or two who are in the transfer speculation at the moment, and our transfer team decide whether they should stay or go. And the first one is Alexis Sanchez. First, stay or go? OK, a 50-50 split. OK, put those down now.
Look at him.
Right.
Let's go.
OK, yeah, it's left versus right here. OK, Mark, why should Alexis Sanchez leave Manchester United?
Do you know what? I feel sorry for him because I don't want to see any single footballer, particularly as someone as talented as Alexis Sanchez, fail on the biggest stage, and that's what's happened at Manchester United. He was absolutely unreal at Arsenal. The amount of times I watched him with my own eyes drag that team to 3 points. And for him to get the big money move to Manchester United and a club like, obviously, Jose Mourinho's United at the time, it just hasn't worked out, and I just feel like he deserves an opportunity to prove himself elsewhere. He has the quality. Bad players don't become bad players overnight, and I think he will go on and prove that he's still a good player.
Disagree, Anton? Well, go on then, Michael.
And that is the reason why I would keep him for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. He could, look, I was nodding what you were saying.
I was unsure. I'm going to agree with you.
What if he comes?
I gave you a high five.
What if he comes back and does what if he comes back from the Copa America and does exactly what Mark just said? You keep him, don't you? If he comes back as the Arsenal player, you would keep Alexis Sanchez because it would be very hard to sell him given the wage.
Your argument was basically listen to your own argument, and he went, "Yeah, all right." That's not how.
I don't know. At least JD's.
I stayed loyal. He needs to go. 60 goals for Arsenal, 3 goals for Man United. I just think sometimes at some points in your life you have to just turn around and look at it and say, this didn't work out. Let's just start again somewhere else. And he's a worldwide renowned name. He's still got the ability, as you turn around and say, so just start somewhere else.
Right, you four start thinking about Dejan Lovren while I just bring people up to date with the situation. We're told that Liverpool are not looking to sell him this summer, but there is interest from AC Milan. Now, Liverpool, they haven't set an asking price, even though that has been reported elsewhere, and they want Dejan Lovren to stay, despite the fact that he is wanted by the Serie A club, but no approach, we're told, as well. And Sky in Italy reporting that Croatia international Lovren is among the names of interest to AC Milan this summer. So either way, should Dejan Lovren stay or go? Right, we've got a full house of stay. OK, then, Mark?
Well, this whole situation is one I find of interest because I was at Dejan Lovren's debut when he joined Southampton from Lyon for £8.5 million. His home debut, I think they drew with Sunderland, if I remember correctly. And throughout the whole of that campaign, he was absolutely superb. He was so good at the back for Southampton. He was instrumental in keeping clean sheets and then finishing as high as they did in the Premier League that season. He got his big move to Liverpool for 20 million, and it just hasn't worked out. He's looked like a completely different player. But I still feel there's a good player in there, and I think he's a crucial part of Jurgen Klopp's squad. Make
sure you give us your opinion as well, by the way. It's #TransferTalk on Twitter. And, well, we're all in agreement. You are, Anton, why?
I think he'll play next season. Yeah. I think there's enough games for Liverpool. I think they'll rotate the centre-backs. I think Joe Gomez may need to be eased in a little bit because of previous injury concerns. I think there's enough, I think competition's healthy, and I think Jurgen Klopp likes him.
Yes.
So, all in all, why leave? Why not at least give it 6 months, another season, and then if he is fourth choice, or if he, if he is barely getting a game, then move. There'll still be the market for him.
I just think, harking on what you said as well about that drop in sort of confidence and coming from the heights of Southampton and performing so well, and then going to Liverpool and it hasn't quite been as consistent as he would have liked. I think when you have a manager like Jurgen Klopp and you see the way that he puts his arms around the players, you see the encouragement that he gives, there isn't really many better football managers in the whole of Europe that if your confidence is low, you would rather have someone go into the training ground every day and talk to you and make you think about your game and make you want to be a better player.
Liverpool need his experience as well. At the end of the day, Manchester City still won three trophies last year. And as good as Liverpool were, they're going to need someone like Dejan, who has the experience. He's 29. He's still got some good years ahead of him. They're going to need to keep the nucleus of that squad together, and he's very much a part of it, particularly if they're fighting on four fronts.
I'm going to make it a full house. I also think there's absolutely no reason why he can't be the first choice partner for Virgil van Dijk next season, so I would say stay.